As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant, Masa, it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
It's Erusian! Shoot him down!
Trigger, that one's Osean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
We're the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
Gentlemen, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier. We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather in bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Locked on there.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
It's Erusian military.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us. Wait. General managed to convince them. Listen, those that protect General Labarge are the real patriots. Onward!
Locked on.
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Strutter 1, missile launched. Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone. SAM site destroyed.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Broadcaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strutter 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. Here comes a traitor, Labarge. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end. Labarge in that vehicle!
Strutter 1, target destroyed.
Set up in all the right places.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times. We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us. Want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Evade! Missile incoming!
Strutter 1, Fox 2.
Behind the enemy. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there. rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling. Did you hear me? That was friendly fire!
Tank's destroyed. You cannot fire on a target until it's ID'd. Don't let it happen again. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
This is AWACS Lancaster. Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle with the Erusian military. We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
It's all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit?
An armored vehicle's behind us. Vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him. Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
Taking fire! Take care of them! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. It is not machines that make the decisions anymore. It's people. Understand that. Those shooting laws when instincts you have to fight and not just instincts. Get us over, Russian enemy! We're the only Ocean forces in the area!
Not good. Even triggers fire on allies in these conditions. Aborting mission.
Another one is down! There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile away. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
UAVs are acting strange. They're autonomous or must be bugged. It's not the drones that are moving. It's this whole Charlie Foxtrot. The aircraft has 3 lines on its tail. Get them before they get us! I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Confirmed destroyed.
Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Being spotted with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
So first to landfill number 7. This is
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle with the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
An armored vehicle's behind us. Vehicle's used by the Erusian forces. Check it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Please, watch over the future of the high heavens.
Osea as rebels.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. I have designations for what was an astonishing feat. We used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters, and then to assassinate Harley with the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe he was responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Torpedoes in the double.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Target acquired. Hostile vessel destroyed.
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oseans? Locked on, locked on.
ID is a Russian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Strider 1 is down. Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
It's a Russian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Captain destroyed! Fire!
Locked on hostile.
This is one of ours.
How should it last long, Captain? You can bring
Challenge your challenge.
Three strikes. There's a member of the penal unit doing crying up range. Roger. We'll cease fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle. We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry. We won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosted drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. Prepare to fire on a moment's notice. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Destroyed.
Who can we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusia News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane!
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP. ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Right, I'm shooting them down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Fox 2.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Those guys are good. You don't think those Osean big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikers. Osean fighter, just how long do you plan on getting in my way?
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine. No good. Shit.
Strata 1, target acquired.
They're in my way.
Missile evaded.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Getting out of block. Thinking.
Strata 1, Fox 2.
Missile inbound. Thinking.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Osean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Target is down.
To build something else entirely.
Should aboard the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden.
Fox 2.
They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Headed this way.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
UAV is down.
Locked on bandit. Strider 2, Bunch 2.
Missile evaded.
Behind my target.
5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. I don't have the drive they need.
3 bandits to go. Missile away. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
It's not enough to be really functional. There has to be a time that should not function. But when?
1 bandit to go.
They are after the data, aren't they?
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send orders. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Ocean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Ocean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces.
I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP. This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Your tank is destroyed.
We're under attack!
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
Shit. We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. No one engaged till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't see more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of the civilians. I don't think we're part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but
3, and the enemy's gone.
Target's in machine gun range.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Missile
I
evaded.
just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes. And then say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
Pursuit 2 team. We just need to find some time. Hold in the bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move away from the master rifle.
They're erosion. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in cell towns.
This is a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship and the munitions depot is highly combustible. Creating a natural.
I think the rebels know Sina we end up wiping each other out.
Gather all the wounded together.
Our only allies, the Russian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Enemy on your back.
Target acquired.
Trigger is splashed abandoned. Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Getting the landing craft! We can't even win next one, Master. We just have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Locked on.
Strider 1 is down.
Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Russian streets are starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. They were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Strider 1.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. Really don't want to know. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. The men say they want to release the children of proper burial. Those Russian bastards. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
They're erosion. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship and the munitions depot is highly combustible. Don't pursue 2 team. We just need to find some time. Hold in the bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Our guys even took out the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in cell towns. Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Getting the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Try to save your ammo. Lure him in and then fire at once.
Go with us! Keep them there!
Got destroyed.
Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down! We're sitting ducks out here.
We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. It's not stupid. They're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then we should have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you think we're done for. Just delay their advance.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the safe side?
We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. What are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Edward, stay calm. We from the ring. It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Missile.
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find him, the more people we can save.
Attack missed.
ID complete. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile evaded.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way there are! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are our guys.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't.
Missile.
We're gonna drop them all.
Missile. Missile.
Careful, these guys are coming.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Here's the point of no return.
I'm iced up. My plane is heavy.
Missile. Missile.
Ready, lock two.
Go aim. We're doing strategic bombing.
Missile. Missile.
Missile hit.
Strider 1, target alert. Control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Meeting Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Missile. Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Strider 2, check your legs.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile hit.
Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. Missile.
my target's tail.
Missile.
Grab 8. Behind my target.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strong enemy position here.
Missile. Missile.
Grab 8 here. I'm in the clouds. No vision, one enemy.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Where's our team here?
Stop whining. Missile.
Ram 7 here.
Missile.
Lights up. Be careful.
Missile.
Ram 7 locked on target.
Target locked.
Fox 3.
Strider 2. Fox 2.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Strider 1. Target acquired.
Trigger is splashed abandoned.
The rebels are here. Let the first one go by and detonate on the second.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Strider 1. Fox 3.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster. She's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use a smoke canister, and who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Longcaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable?
Sir, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard of an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile.
So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird, and we can't let them complete their mission.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they could do was fly fast.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
Don't overshoot.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to Trigger.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them! Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. Refugees. Must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Hurry up with takeoff. Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What is he talking about? They already are firing on us. He's confused. I know.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Target is in machine gun range.
Does Soul Squad know?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vassalage, which neighbor Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
They're bombing us. We're unable to use the SAM. Help me!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Confirmed destroyed.
Enemy sighted. Enemy got away.
In gun range.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
Missile hit. Target acquired.
Break! They have 4 aircraft! 4 planes incoming! Fire more missiles! Hit them with AA shells and they'll come down.
We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Missile.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
They're here already. Maybe they'll look into our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground.
Missile.
Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Stand it down! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Enemy on your back.
All of our infantry fighting vehicles will take their cars.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile.
Locked on hostile.
Missile. Missile.
I'm on his back.
Missile. Missile.
Damn it, I have been shot down.
Missile.
We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Strider 1, missile launched.
AA destroyed! We're sitting ducks! Castle Nico. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle zone is ready to get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood.
Missile.
You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around and we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Levante.
You bastard!
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Chaff and flares launched.
I'm out! Ejecting! I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Wilco.
Right out.
They're a band of knights. I hate them even more. They think they're actual nobility. Alright, I'm a wild gunman then. Time to shut your mouth.
Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. As expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy wave. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Mihai. Most Legion squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. Still good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting along.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Hey, look, you're still not like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made this stuff a new toy.
Somebody guide us. I can't think of anyone else. Being together with me, taught me something. Drone fighters through the world. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. They're all the extended Air Force should be fighting against. Not bad.
Missile hit.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes.
Watch your remaining missiles.
This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've felled every last one of them.
Strider 1 has been hit. Are you all right?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
You got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
No Osean forces are in the...
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?